Viking lord, as wolf and wind to cause him fright, yet fights with wit a sharper sword, and stands a cool by day and night. Hey, hey, Vicky, hey, Vicky, hey, you Vikings true and bold. Hey, hey, Vicky, a Viking lad, just wide your nets for gold. Sail set fast, open the glass, young Vicky. Hey!
Do you remember what happened last time? Vicky managed to reach safety on an island after being thrown overboard. And then, with his two friends, he went off in search of the others. Remember the happy reunion between Halvor and his son at what the Vikings think is the end of the world? The problem now is getting back home to Flake, and for that, knowing where they are would be helpful.
Halvor's on his 13th bowl of soup and Vic's not far behind.
Well, Vicky is really hungry after 2 days of looking for us, and Halvor was so sad about Vicky he refused to eat.
I think Halvor must be pretty full by now.
It's nice here. Perhaps we should stay a while.
I like it here too. Where are we? Do you know?
I'm not quite sure. Do any of you know the name of this place?
No, we don't.
Do you mean that none of you knows where we are?
Well, you see, we were all waiting for you to come back and figure that out for us, Vicky, weren't we?
They're right, son. You know, we rely on you to do the thinking, and now that you're back with us, well...
Excuse me.
Oh.
This map that you see shows you where we might be. It was our bad luck to be here when the storm struck. We drifted quite far, and this is now where we are.
But I can't see any land here at all.
You're right. On the map, there's no land in sight.
Well, we're on land right now. This place must be somewhere on the
It's
map.
too small, or we're not here at all.
Oh, your map doesn't help us an awful lot, does it, huh? We're in a land that nobody's ever heard of.
Oh, that's great.
What?
Excellent! We've discovered a new land, or even perhaps a new continent.
I think you should go easy on the soup. It's making you
Don't you understand what I'm saying, idiot? We're the first people to have ever set foot on this land. We have discovered it.
You're right. We're so close to the end of the sea that no one's been brave enough to come here.
Hooray! Now my wife can start her own vegetable garden.
We're pioneers! Ha!
The Vikings of Flake have discovered a new land. All right, men, let's go. It's time that we explored our newly discovered country.
Ship ahoy, ship ahoy, ship ahoy, ship ahoy. We will sail on the bounding sea. We will sail, we will soar like the wind, and return with a rich bounty.
Well, you can't say our land doesn't have a sea full of fish. Look at those salmon.
I wouldn't mind catching a few salmon and smoking them.
Oh, help! Get him off me! Help! Hurry! He's too big! Help! Don't just stand there! Hurry! He's crushing me! Hurry! Get him off me!
No! No!
Stay here, you may get hurt. If you scare them, they might come after
Now
you.
let him do as he pleases, Vicky. His nose is big enough to defend against any attack.
I'm not afraid of you, and I'm not afraid of those animals. I'll take you all on, you hear?
You'll run away the first time they make the slightest move. That's what you do with your wife. With them, it'll be the same.
Jerry, we don't know if they're friendly animals or not. Besides, they may be afraid of us.
The only way to find out is to be my fearless Viking self and try to get closer.
What did I tell you, Snarl?
See how vicious he is?
Go ahead, Snarl. Try a little punch in the nose. It wasn't a punch, but he's braver than I thought. Well, he certainly seems harmless enough. And I thought he would go after you.
No, he didn't, because he sees I'm not frightened.
You know what I think? They're very big animals, but friendly and peaceful.
Perhaps we're so small they can't even see us. Oh, you're not as big as the others, are you? Why, you're still a little baby. Oh, my name's Vicky. I'll call you Mumu. You're friendly and sweet.
I think we did something to make him angry. I think he's trying to tell us something, don't you?
I've thought of a good name for those animals.
A name, Chief, for a herd of simple beef?
Well, when Jury and Snore tried to say hello, they all went buff buff. Why don't we call them Buff Hello?
Buffalo. That's not bad. Now we got a name for them. I'd like to know what they taste like.
What in the world is that? Hey, you're a funny-looking thing, aren't you? Huh. Have you ever seen anything like it?
Oh.
He's entertaining us. Have you ever seen an animal do a handstand before? I'm going to take him back to Flake with me. After all, it's I who found him.
He makes walking on his hands look easy. I wonder why he doesn't run away from so many of us.
Well, I certainly hope that all the animals on this land are as amusing and as friendly as he is. Yes, we should take him back to Flake with us. They'd make lovely, harmless pets for children. Oh, something smells around here. to think of it, they'd be better as gifts for the men of Slack. They wouldn't make very good pets at all. Ugh. Let's go on. Oh, that's beautiful. What a lovely sound the birds make when they sing. Men, I have to admit that I'm growing fonder and fonder of this place. Why don't we stay a while? What do you say, men?
It certainly is peaceful and there's plenty to eat, and I wouldn't mind.
We can spend winters here and summers there. And if we stay here very long, then each day I will write a new song.
Who knows? We might even find gold to bring back to our wives. It's decided then. Let's go on exploring.
Oh, this is fun, isn't it, Vicky?
Ship ahoy, ship ahoy, ship ahoy, ship ahoy. We will sail on the bounding sea. We will sail, we will soar like the wind, and return with a rich bounty. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. We will sail, we will soar like the wind, and return with a rich bounty.
Ready? Prepare your arrows.
It certainly looks as if we're not the first ones to have come here. What should we do?
It looks like an ambush to me. Let's show them how the Vikings of Flake can defend themselves when they're attacked, eh?
No, Father, there are far too many of them. We're outnumbered. If we stay and fight, we haven't a chance.
That's right.
What else can we do? Do you have a better idea?
Anything's better than being killed. Maybe they're afraid of us and they're only defending themselves. They might not even want to attack us, Father.
Vicky, stop dreaming. You see those arrows up there? Of course they're going to attack us. Have you all forgotten that you're Vikings and that you're not afraid of anything? We're not afraid of you, you featherbrains, not us! I dare them to try to attack us. If they do, they'll have to deal with Halvor and his sword. And they'll regret having begun. Fire up! Ah!
Huh? What's going on? Father! What's wrong, Father? Answer me. You weren't dead. Oh, they're all dead. How about you? And you snore? Oh, you're fine too. You're all right. Oh? Some nice smoked meat. A clay pigeon? They're friendly people after all. Hi! Thank you all very much for your lovely presents. They're really wonderful. Thank you. Hi! Now let's see why everyone is out cold. Jury, open your eyes, will you? Everything is all right. Come on, wake up.
That's strange. I can hear you perfectly, and yet I'm dead, and I'm on my way to Valhalla, where all good and courageous Vikings go for their last reward. Are you dead, too? Poor Vicky, you were too young to die.
Come on, stop talking so silly now, Jury.
You mustn't cry, Vicky, my boy. Valhalla is a wonderful place you'll soon see.
Jury, you're not dead. Get up, will you?
Have we arrived? Why are you shouting? But how can I possibly be alive? I must have been hit by at least 20 arrows.
Show me your 20 wounds, then.
My wounds? Well, I was hit here and here.
You might have been struck 20 times, but you weren't struck by real arrows. All right, let's go, everybody, up. You're not dead. Get up. None of you is even wounded. Put your hands on your hearts and listen to them beat if you don't believe me. The arrows weren't pointed. They were soft, and there were presents attached to them. Presents for all of us. Look, here's some smoked meat and a pretty little pigeon.
Their way of bidding us welcome. And I think we're about to be welcomed in person by their chief.
My heartiest and warmest welcome to you, strangers from a foreign land. I am the chief of our tribe, and my name is Humble Kappa.
Good day to you, Mr. Humble Kappa. I am the renowned and eminent leader of the renowned and eminent and courageous Vikings of Flake Village. It's nice to meet you.
You must forgive me, Halvar of Flake. We had no idea that our arrows of welcome would frighten you. It's simply an ancient custom.
Oh, we weren't frightened, Mr. Rumba Dancer. Our ancient custom is to lie down and rest at this time of day.
Yes, that's right, except Halvar has a tendency to faint at any time of day if he sees he's being ambushed.
Oh. Your customs are, of course, new to our people, but we will try our best to understand them. Although I have the impression that you're pulling my leg.
You're a very clever and intelligent man, Chief.
Perhaps you should also explain to the chief that one of our most important customs is treasure hunting. Oh!
May I ask you something? I see you all have arrows, too, but I've never seen that kind before. Would you mind telling me why yours have sharp points?
Well, you see, Chief, the points have to be sharp.
Let me explain, Mr. Crumpled Paper. We Vikings have a slightly different way of welcoming strangers. We use the,
I think I can explain it to you. Our arrows are pointed because because... Vicky, tell me what to say.
Just tell the truth.
What do you mean by the truth, Vicky?
We need sharp points on our arrows because we use them for hunting.
Why, yes, of course. How silly of me. Well, we use them to hunt for our food.
Ah, now I understand. We prefer using traps, but we each have our own way. I had never heard of hunting with bows and arrows. Very interesting. And what is that? That long thing attached to your belt?
Oh, do you mean this thing here? Oh, everybody knows what we use this for, Chief. Vicky, why don't you tell him?
We use them to clean our fingernails, Chief, that's all.
To clean your fingernails. How interesting.
Yes, it's true. My father's fingernails get awfully dirty. And he needs something big to clean them.
Yes, you see, I put this little point to the nail, I go ticky ticky, and out comes the dirt. Isn't that right, man?
Ticky,
ticky,
that's right, Chief. Very curious method.
Father, you haven't thanked the Chief for all those presents.
Oh, yes, the presents. I'd almost forgotten. Thanks for reminding me. Mr. Grumble Snapper, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your warm and generous welcome.
We were so moved that we all fell flat on the ground.
Yes, we were taken by surprise, but your arrows of welcome are a wonderful tradition, and we're grateful to you, Mr. Crumblebaker. All, aren't we, men?
I'm delighted that our ancient customs please you, although I'm certain we can learn a lot from you, too.
We can learn from each other.
I totally agree. That is the very best way to become good friends.
Let's shake on that. All right.
And now I imagine you all must be very hungry. May I invite you and your men to join us?
With great pleasure, Chief.
And so, after arrows that weren't arrows, an ambush that was really a welcome, and an exchange of customs such as how to clean your fingernails — by the way, I wouldn't try that method if I were you — the Indians and Vikings became friends. What adventures await them? We'll see